to the enclosure.ca. Thought I would do just one more follow-up video on my duct sealing. And it was actually quite a surprise. I consider myself fairly conscientious in doing a good job. And so, as I mentioned, I use a plastic scraper because it does a much better job at just fingers than trying to get the tape adhered to the metal well. And I don't scrimp on material, and everything visually looks great. But I thought what I would do is, after I turned off the video the last time, I repressurized or recharged this with theatrical smoke, and thought, okay, let's see what it looks like now that I've potentially sealed up all of the joints. So I'm going to ignore the two red areas with duct tape, because this has actually been a great exercise. It's very, very, very difficult to get duct tape to seal nicely. And this is fairly easy surfaces. It's metal, it's plastic, it's not poly that's flexible. So trying to do a sealed poly interior air barrier is, to me, just stupid. I don't think it ever works well. But okay, so here we are. I've got what I think is a very well sealed duct using foil face tape. And so I applied the pressure to it, and we're going to just have a look here. I'm going to bring this up so you can see it. Look at the amount of smoke coming out. Now you have to ignore the part that's over there because that's out of the duct tape. But look at the amount of smoke coming out of this seam. And I'll let you go really close. You can see, hopefully, and I'll take a close-up with the camera, that is, look, bear with me while I take a phone call. Sorry about that. So getting back to this, you can see that there is quite a bit of smoke coming out of that joint. And you can sort of see it coming out of joints here as well. Here, and it was actually quite a surprise because, like I said, I thought that these were really well sealed, and yeah, we're up to about 15 psi right now, so a little bit higher, but still, this should have been well sealed. And so it does show how much more effective the mastic is. And I'll do a follow-up where I have this mastic kit treated with mastic, covered with mastic, sealed with mastic, whatever you want to call it, and again show whether or not there's smoke leakage. So let's actually do that now, and then I'll move on to the sealing of the Y. Okay, so I'm going to pause you for a while I cover this with mastic, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've now sealed up basically from here over. I haven't done the bottom yet. And I want to show you the difference that makes. So that was the elbow area, the gore area that was pretty leaky prior to sealing with the mastic. Now, you're supposed to let it harden. I just finished this, but let's see what happens. So off camera at the bottom where the duct tape is, it's leaking, but there's now no leaks whatsoever on the gore area and the joints. There's leaks down here where I haven't completely sealed it up again, but it's looking really good. Alright, so the combination of the two works good. So again, the reason you're putting the tape on is to provide some mechanical strength to the joint, where the mastic alone, if there's any type of movement, and this is especially important in forced air, where there's a big change in temperature differences, air pressures, where as the pipe, as the furnace turns on and energizes the system and puffs up the pipe, if there's any movement at all, the mastic over time can crack. Or like for me, if I'm putting up big assemblies that weigh a lot, and I'm worried about there being a torque on a joint, the tape will rip. The combination of the two, however, works out quite well, as you can see here. Alright? So, now we're going to, I'll take a short break and we'll start talking about sealing up wise.